What is up, guys? NYKF31 here, Madden 17 salary cap ranked. I've been reinvigorated here a little bit. I've been reinvigorated because I've been running the run and shoot and seeing if I can pick up edge pressure and all that good stuff, and it's been holding up. I love me my run and shoot, and you see the lineup there. I'm still rolling stacked O line, and I got a motivator Hopkins and a motivator Benjamin, and you see what that does to Randy Moss. It turns him into a Madden 16 wide receiver. So there you go with Tyreek Hill in the slot. And I have elites across the board at offensive line. I have about five salary cap lineups. And basically, my rule of thumb is if I find an offensive line and I like how they play, I never touch them ever again. And I just love how this all elite offensive line is playing. It's really been great. So why shake them up? And there's my linebackers. I'm determined to make Cam Chancellor useful, even though this is not really a good Madden for the in the box safety. You can't really play a single high because if you do, you're going to get swerved by someone if you play three deep. And if you play man one, you're going to get C-routed to death. So the enforcer, big hitting safety, in my opinion, just doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of value. You're much better off with a guy like Paul Krause back there if you're playing if you're looking for a strong safety. And I have, you know, him with paired with Earl Thomas. I just don't think that the amount of big hits you're going to get out of him is going to be worth the price. So it is what it is. But anyway, I spent a large chunk of yesterday afternoon watching the Madden Championship Series, or Madden Club Series tournament. If you guys don't know how that works, is that everyone, not everyone, but there's about 8 teams that are participating in the Madden Club Series where you have a ladder for each club, and in the top 8 play in a tournament, and you can win stuff. The Jags had one. I finished 18th on the Jags leaderboard, and I was pretty content with that. And of course, I'm trying to climb up the ladder here for season 3, see if I can get in, for the season for the third tournament. Still got some ways to go, but we're gonna keep on giving it our best shot. And this was a good game. This was a bit of a knockdown, drag-out affair. There's only 1 week left of the season 3 salary cap and draft champion leaderboard, or ladder rather. So just gonna pound it out and see how well we can do. And I wanted to discuss why I generally support competitive Madden. The competitive Madden scene, it can be maddening, no pun intended, but generally speaking, I enjoy watching the tournaments, I really do. And I've found ways to have fun, competing on the ladders and interacting with the people that compete on the tournament scene on a regular basis. It's just been a fun time, and you know what? Many of them, they want the same things that the rest of us want, who are maybe more sim-minded, or maybe if you're just a casual guy who just wants to knock out some games here and there. We all want the game, or most of us want the game, to play as tightly as possible AI-wise, with as few gameplay exploits as possible. And I've really come to believe that the competitive Madden scene is the quickest way to make that happen. As the Madden tournament series gets bigger and bigger, it gets more and more exposure, more and more people watch it, more people play the game, and having these gameplay exploits be in full display. We've all seen them, people trying to swerve to get the ball downfield, or spamming nickel blitz 2. The more visible those things are, the more pressure there is to clean those things up. I think we saw that a bit with the patch that came out this past week. People have been screaming about LeBron's O-lines being way too effective, and that change has been a direct result of that. Everyone saw in the tournament people just tanking their offensive lines, going with bronzes and loading up on skill position players and being successful playing that way. And the general consensus among the Madden playing community was that that's not how we want the game to play. I mean, even Problem was commenting about how he doesn't like that the offensive line isn't as big a factor as it should be. And as a result, things were changed, along with a variety of other bugs and whatnot. So I believe the paradigm is shifting away from what I like to call the micro flaw videos. You know, the repetitive videos that show the same flaws over and over again, which in my opinion generally tend to concentrate on minutia when there's bigger issues to fry. I believe that that's kind of been phased out, and I believe that when people see stuff playing out in real time in a competitive environment, it, I think, puts the devs' feet under the fire to respond to the wants of the community as, oh my God. Did you see what Cam Chancellor did there? Go back and watch that play again. AW, deep zones, deep zones. That was freaking cloud coverage, and my deep safety was nowhere to be found. But yeah, I'm a believer that stuff like that, you know, gets more of a response out of Rex, Clint, AW, than complaining about minutia that no one really cares about. I mean, you got guys complaining about things like socks and jersey sleeves when Nickel Blitz 2 is wrecking havoc and making the game very one-dimensional as we actually pick up a slot corner. Let's go. You know, I think sometimes, especially among the sim community, there's a lack of ability to see the forest and the trees and get bogged down by just irrelevant nonsense like that. So really I believe that the competitive scene is a positive for getting the game as good as it can possibly be. And that's good for everybody, whether you're a tournament player, casual player, sim gamer, online CFM guy, offline CFM guy. It helps us all. And if you interact like you have some sense, you have a good chance of having your voice heard and having things that you have suggested be addressed in the game. You really do. And if you're someone who hasn't figured out by now that EA and the NFL are essentially a married couple, and you just mindlessly whine and bitch all day, every single day, no one is going to take you seriously. No one else is making a game. Yes, these indie devs, you know, they're fun. They cater to a specific niche, but no one is taking up against this game. But be real with yourself. It's not going to happen. If you want to support that, knock yourself out, enjoy yourself, have fun. As far as this game and its post-patch state, I feel pretty satisfied with it, outside of the issues that I've been banging on, you know, all year long, deep zones especially. I feel like this is closer to what the product was that I was playing the first week of release that I really enjoyed. So, you know, that's that. And here I go, I'm trying to hang on to the W, or try to hang on to lead this game and secure this W. Just missed getting there. Well, as I screwed up an adjustment, I got my adjustments backwards. But Anthony Barr with the fumble. Earl Thomas recovers, and he is going to run this bad boy back. And that will secure the W for me. So overall, I think I'm in a pretty good place as far as the way the game is playing right now. Edge blitzes still kind of make me nervous here and there, but I think it's a lot more manageable now. And I like the game speed as well. I think it's just playing really smooth right now, and I hope nothing else is done to jack it up. So anyhow, those are my thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll talk to you all later. Peace.